When you walk amongst your fellow man, it's impossible not to be impressed by the sheer ingenuity of human complexities. The laughter of a newborn child, a party celebrating one's coming of age, or Matt Colville having better hair flow than people 30 years younger than him. But advances in technology have allowed us to look even deeper into societies not previously known before. And it wasn't until recently that a community obsessed with dice made its way into the public eye with their pungent stench and infatuation with slightly erotic art of their OC characters. Many are commonly misunderstood, others completely understood. I'm your host, Sir Kosal and I welcome you to the secret world of Planet Tabletops. We start our journey into the most populous of the tabletoppers, the player. Players happen to be the most diverse group within the tabletop community. You have power gamers, role players, casuals, people that say they love D&D but they're too autistic to read the rulebook, so they just play Baldur's Gate 3 instead. The player is a simple-minded creature. Its only task is to appear on time, and yet seemingly fails miserably at this one specific task. But that is not the fault of the player. It woke up hungover due to a night of partying, or perhaps the new Elden Ring DLC just came out. Either way, the player will appear at least 30 minutes late. According to the well-researched and accurate statistics from Kosal University, players make up 90% of the community. Yet, despite this drastic numerical advantage, they are the ones with the least amount of power.
I'm sorry. This is such a stupid fucking picture. I'm sorry. All right.
You see, tabletoppers thrive within an aristocratic society. Without a higher being to lead them, the foundations of their being begin to break. Akin to a worker ant, they are the most easily replaceable. To survive, they must suckle at the teat of their masters. But that's not to say they are completely powerless. When backed into a corner by an abusive alpha, even the meekest of players will bite at the hand that feeds them. As the attack begins, another lies waiting in the darkness, staring hungrily at its next meal. Power is said to be the strongest aphrodisiac, and the Dungeon Master is one of its most egregious consumers. Thanks to the powers of carbon dating and Google, we have discovered that Dungeon Masters existed since the dawn of the ancient Greeks, where they were simply referred to as Archontes de Spontaneous, or in modern-day English, the Lords of Virginity. For years, they would forego the sins of flesh in order to study their ancient tomes. Yet, despite all of this knowledge, they will simply create their own dogshit homebrewed rules. In their spare time, a dungeon master will often peruse the wiki pages of various animes to steal their ideas from. Or perhaps the coffers of Brandon Sanderson may offer a variety of secret treasures. Either way, the Dungeon Master will attempt to pass these ideas off as his own. But everybody knows, Mr. Dungeon Master. Everybody knows. Without permission of the Dungeon Master, nothing passes within their inner circle. Should a lowly player dare speak out of turn, the Dungeon Master may choose to respond with immense vitriol. A petty creature that chooses to rule with an iron fist. To truly understand the inner machinations of a Dungeon Master, one must first be witness to the rare occasion of them being deranked to player status. This is where you can find that their true identities appear as backseat DMs. It's probably the most annoying shit I've ever seen. Please, let me DM in peace or I will sleep with your mother. The dynamic between a dungeon master and their players is equivalent to a man and his dog. Others are more like Harvey Weinstein and a young aspiring actress, but let's not talk about that. You see, the man will look at a dog as a tameable creature that is easily manipulated. The dog is a dog. To the dog, they are both compatriots of friendship. There is trust, but the man knows that despite this level of kinship, all it takes is one toddler to make it all come crumbling down. A D&D party is not one without its own conflicts. As we take a closer look, we can see this DM leave his fellow pack in order to argue with his girlfriend. For 45 minutes, they lie in awkward silence, watching the clock tick as their time to play trickles down slowly. They begin to hyperventilate, worried at the lack of...
Hello. What do you mean, what was I doing last Saturday? I told you, I was DMing a game with the boys. Oh, you think I'm cheating on you? I sat there for a week planning that session, Nicole. You watched me.
Oh, now instead of cheating, I'm not spending enough time with you? I took you to Cabo last month, to Orlando before that. Well, what the fuck else do you want from me, Nicole? All you do is bitch at me when all I want to do is play D&D. No, I didn't call you a bitch. I said you're bitching. There's a difference. Oh, you're gonna pack your bags? Where you gonna go? Oh, I bet you're gonna go over to that fucking asshole Brad, huh? Well, guess what, Nicole? I talked to my friends, and they also think it's weird you're best friends with your ex.
Despite the conflicts found within the tabletop community, there is something quite special that cannot be found anywhere else. In no other society can you find the unbreakable bonds of friendship. During a session, you and your companions are able to escape into another world full of wonder and amazement. For just a blip in time, you are free from the shackles of reality. Through progress and pain, the union of the dice are what brings us together. Regardless of if a player shows up late or a dungeon master slightly railroads his campaign. At the table, you will learn to laugh. You will learn to cry. But more importantly, you will learn to love. I'm Sir Kosal and I, your host for the evening, and I thank you for allowing me to show you just a glimpse of Planet Tabletop. Thank you, and good night.